Yes, sir. Main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. It is always a pleasure. It is always an honor and a pleasure to get back up here on YouTube and talk with the boxing fam and talk with the boxing heads. For those of y'all who missed this broadcast, feel free to listen to this on the replay, man. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm telling y'all right here. Do y'all hear my voice? I am sick, man. The homie is in this joint sick. Court, man, ended up catching like the flu over the weekend right after the Manny Pacquiao fight. The boy been down ever since, man. But it's all good because I ain't letting that stop me because, yo, I want to get on here and I want to talk some boxing. You know what I'm saying? Before we start talking about boxing, let me just say this one thing because it's been on my mind. If you are one of the people out there that still have your Christmas decorations up, why am I riding through the streets and I'm seeing people houses with Christmas decorations up? Let me just tell you, sir or ma'am, if you still have Christmas decorations up, and today is January 21st. Today is Martin Luther King's birthday. And if you still got Christmas decorations up, you look like a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. Let me make sure we coming through clear. Okay. All right, cool. All right, yeah, we sounded good, man. But yeah, man, we about to talk about the topic at hand, man. You know what I mean? And yo, man, I'm wondering, man. So if I'm not nearly as live as I normally be, y'all gotta forgive me. I got NyQuil, I got all kinds of stuff going through my system right now, man. I ain't even seeing straight right now the whole time. But yo, man, I want to talk boxing. So I just want to say this, man. What's next for Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, known as the legendary Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao? Fresh off beating Adrian Bronner over the weekend, giving him basically a one-sided beatdown. Everybody saying woulda, coulda, shoulda. If Adrian Bronner woulda did this, if he coulda did that, if he shoulda did that. Yo, it is what it is. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. What's up, Black Horseman? What's up, homie? I see you, man. What's up with you, homie? Yeah, man, a little under the weather, man. But I just thought I'd get on here, talk some boxing, homes, you know. But what's up, man? What you think, man? What's going on for next for Manny Pacquiao, man? You know, the list of names. We all know the usual suspects: Earl Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia winner. Y'all know maybe possibly the winner of Amir Khan versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Of course, Danny Garcia. Of course, Keith Thurman, and some even saying possibly Jeff Horn. Does Manny Pacquiao want to get his rematch against Jeff Horn, who doesn't have an opponent right now? We'll get into all of that, man. We'll break all of these matchups down, man. Let's talk about the first one, though. Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia for Manny Pacquiao. How smart is that for Manny Pacquiao? Should he get into this fight? Now, let's keep it 100. Manny Pacquiao, 40 years old, legendary Hall of Fame fighter, really ain't got nothing to prove. Should he be willing to get in there with the winner of this fight? If I had it my way, this will probably be my first pick. I'm going to be 100. And I know Manny don't got nothing to prove. He don't have to do this. He shouldn't have to get in there with a young, hungry lion like Earl Spence Jr. Look, my thing is this. Manny looking sharp. Yeah, I know he took a little bit of damage in that last fight. I seen his eye a little messed up. But Manny looking sharp, man. He's still looking fast. He's still looking explosive. Maybe not as fast and as explosive, but he's, for the most part, he's still beating a lot of these welterweights out here, son. You know what I mean? And my thing is, yeah, I heard he had a detached retina too, man. That ain't no joke. Yeah, we got to see. But he's saying that he okay. I mean, according to Manny Pacquiao, he's saying he all right. But you're right, bro. A detached retina is not no joke, especially at 40 years old. I mean, getting in there with these young dudes like a Earl Spence Jr., we know what happened to Kell Brook. Kell Brook fresh off that eye injury. What happens? Kell Brook gets the other eye banged up. But I'm just saying, man, I mean, if Manny Pacquiao, though, is going to get in there. He's looking explosive. He's still looking fast. He's still looking kind of sharp. I truly believe that for a pay-per-view caliber, it's going to have to. I think this would be a beautiful match, especially Mikey Garcia. I think in Manny Pacquiao's world, if he had his preference, it'd be Mikey Garcia, a fighter that's coming up in weight, a fighter that looks like one of the smaller welterweights, just like Manny Pacquiao is, as opposed to Earl Spence Jr., who's huge. You know what I'm saying? A big welterweight, walking around easy above the 147 weight. A big welterweight. But talk about a hell of a challenge for Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Most people will tell you, dog, like Earl Spence Jr. would destroy Manny Pacquiao. That's how most people feel. It remains to be seen. You know what I mean? We don't know that for sure. But should this be the first opponent that Manny Pacquiao pivots to, like my man Black Horseman said, fresh off of an injury. Fresh off of an injury with a detached retina and all of this other jazz. At 40 years old, should he mix it up with the win of Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia? That'd be a hell of a challenge, man. But Manny Pacquiao, his whole career is about challenges. That's who he is, man. He's never ran away from a challenge. Is it the smartest thing? It's a lot of things that Manny Pacquiao done in his career that wasn't smart. A lot of people thought when he fought De La Hoya, that wasn't smart. A lot of people thought when he fought Miguel Cotto, that wasn't smart. You know what I mean? But he did it. Now, Father Time waits for no man. I already get it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this would be a huge pay-per-view matchup. PBC right now is in the pay-per-view business. This will be huge. I believe that Errol Spence Jr. give Manny hell, but my thing is this with Spence, man. I got love for Spence. Don't get me wrong. And I always tell people this. But my thing is Errol Spence Jr. is perceived as the #1 welterweight based off eye test. I mean, he beat a broken Kell Brook and he beat a Lamont Peterson that was at the end of his rope. My thing is, this is the eye test. He beat Chris Algieri, but if you really want to go to, Chris Algieri, look what Manny Pacquiao did. To that man, Joe. Like it was crazy. My thing is, I don't think that's an impossible task, but it made me not to be the smartest task. I will say, because Manny doesn't have to do that. Manny doesn't have to do it. He can make big fights with several other welterweights, but if he wants to get in there and test the waters of an Errol Spence Jr., this is something that we used to. This what made Manny a legendary fighter. This what made Manny legendary. Crawford #1 without a doubt. DGO Crawford hands down is #1. Oh man, I appreciate you, Black Horseman, man. $5 super chat. Much support, main man, made man. Much support to you, bro. Much support to you, brother. I love your channel. Everybody go subscribe to Black Horseman. Cool dude right there, man. Real talk, man. Got nothing but love for you. Hey, Black Horseman, man, I'm going to have to rinse you up too, Holmes, because you definitely support me, man. I'm going to rinse you up. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's a crazy thing. But at the end of the day, I also believe that this is Manny Pacquiao, man. That's what he's always done. That's what he always done. That's how he always been. You know what I mean? He's taking chances. Real talk. So you say Spence is a duck. I don't believe Spence would duck Manny Pacquiao. I think Spence will welcome that. That's a fight. That's a smaller fighter. Once again, he's fresh off fighting on Mikey Garcia. And ladies and gentlemen, this is all hypothetical. We don't know if he beats Mikey Garcia, but we're going to say that the hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? Oh, all day, Black Horseman. You fam, homie. All day. Yeah, man. I ain't going to say he ducking that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say that in Errol Spence's case, he would welcome this particular fight. Oh, he's ducking Crawford. Oh, I got you. But for Manny Pacquiao, he will welcome that fight. But Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia, now that's a hell of a fight. If Mikey Garcia win, lose, or draw against Errol Spence Jr., should Manny Pacquiao still maybe give Mikey Garcia a shot? That's interesting. Given that these two never fought, they had opportunities to fight in the past when they were both under the same umbrella, but it never happened. So my thing is, even if Mikey loses to Errol Spence Jr., should Manny Pacquiao still fight him? The fight might lose a little bit of luster, but a lot of us diehard boxing fans will look at it and say, shit, this is more of an easier, even playing field. Same size, Mikey coming up in weight. He's not really a true 147-pounder yet, and a lot of people say that Manny never was. So, will that be a fair fight for him? I don't know. But Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia winning for Manny Pacquiao. If he wants the big name fight, and if he wants to do something crazy, if Errol Spence Jr. wins, I ain't going to be surprised. Manny's always done this. All right, what's the next option for him? Keith One-Time Thurman. WBA super champion at welterweight. Manny Pacquiao, WBA regular champion at welterweight. It makes sense. The only downfall to this is this. If Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao was to mix it up, that would then prolong a Keith Thurman versus, say, a Errol Spence Jr. Because Keith Thurman already saying he well on record, I'm going to take this Josecito Lopez fight this week. After that, I want to face Showtime Sean Porter and try to go out and get my old belts back. And then Errol Spence Jr. in 2020, 2021, or whatever the fuck. My thing is, if that is the route and Manny Pacquiao steps in, then after the Pacquiao fight, do we still try to pivot to go for Showtime Sean Porter? That's the question. And that would then once again hold up a fight with Keith Thurman and Earl Spence Jr. or Keith Thurman and a Terrence Bud Crawford. And that's just something that we rather see. I'm going to be real. I ain't ready to see this fight right now. I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. If it happens, of course, I will support it because I support the sport. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see it because I think Keith got things to do as being recognized as the top welterweight by a lot of fans. Then my thing is you got to defend that position. Manny Pacquiao right now is fighting for legacy purposes or whatever. Some may say money, whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, Keith Thurman has a spot to defend right now. And I want to see Keith Thurman defend that spot against Earl Spence Jr. or maybe even Terrence Bud Crawford. That, to me, those three are in like a different tier. You know what I mean? Where they are in their primes, they're young, they have a legacy to try to roll out. And so this is what they need to face each other. You dig where I'm going? You may even throw Showtime Sean Porter in that mix too. And that's another name. Showtime Sean Porter versus Manny Pacquiao. Don't see it happening. Now, Manny Pacquiao and Showtime Sean Porter, former sparring partners, they've sparred before. But Showtime Sean Porter has a style that, man, I don't know if Manny at 40 years old want to deal with. Rough, rugged. Some say even a little bit dirty at times. Coming at you nonstop. A lot of power. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Mikey had his chance to fight Manny, but he chose to the best because he really know that Spence is the best. Yeah, Mikey definitely had his chance to fight Manny, but he never stepped up into that water. What's up? I don't know what it was about. I always think it was the money thing with Mikey. Mikey was always chasing that money, man. It was always a money issue with him. Oh, they're not paying me this. They're not paying me that. Pacquiao don't really want to fight this. Pacquiao don't want to fight that. It just never happened. It's just like Terrence Crawford and Pacquiao. It just never happened. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Showtime Sean Porter versus Manny Pacquiao, I just don't see that being, for one, a big enough name. Well, I don't think that's a big enough name for Manny. I mean, like, far as Sean Porter, everybody knows who he is, and he's a world champion. But does it have? Is it a sexy? Is it a good look? You know what I mean? Styles make fights, yeah, and that's what I mean. Does Manny Pacquiao want to deal with the style of Showtime Sean Porter? I don't think at 40 years old he want to rumble with that right now, especially. And I'm gonna go back to this because my man Black Horseman brought it up, especially now with the detached retina. That's tough. Do you want to get in there and deal with Sean Porter with a detached retina? Shit. You know what I mean? That's tough, bro. That's tough right there. But I don't know about that one, man. Let's see. Terrence Crawford versus the Amir Khan winner. That'd be a good fight. All of these fights would be decent fights for Manny. Don't get me wrong. But that fight would be even better because, of course, we never got Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao, right? For whatever reason. Some say Bob was protecting Manny. Some say that he just kept him from Terrence because he didn't want Terrence to ruin Manny Pacquiao's name. It is what it is. You know what I mean? My thing is, Amir Khan and Manny also has history as well. They've tried to get on again, off again fights. It never went down for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? When Manny was negotiating with Floyd, we seen Amir Khan step in and meet him somewhere overseas and act like they were making a fight and it fell through. You know, several times we've seen this with these two. So clearly, Manny has always had a reason to want to fight Amir Khan. The second time he tried to fight him, it seems that Amir Khan was fucking with some janky ass promoters and they ain't had the money. The government didn't back it. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was janky. It was a janky outfit. Bob Arum came out hating on it. They ain't got the money. It ain't work out. You know what I mean? So whatever reason that Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan, they always wanted to fight each other. You know what I mean? And it ain't ever happened. So they got the history, but it's still stylistically, it'll be a good fight. I always thought that Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao would be a good fight. I mean, yeah, Manny Pacquiao stopped Lucas Matisse, but at the end of the day, Khan to give him fits on his boxing, man. And who knows if Manny Pacquiao will honestly stop him. It'll be something that we have to see at 40 years old. But I don't know. But I don't see Amir Khan getting past T-Bud, man. T-Bud to me I think he's gonna beat Amir Khan. I think it goes 4 or 5 rounds before T-Bud gets the timing down, before he downloads and processes Amir Khan, and it's night. That's how I believe. Style make fights. Pacquiao style is wrong for Garcia. Who's wrong for Mikey Garcia, DGO? I mean, shit, man. Mikey Garcia's timing is impeccable. You hear me? Mikey Garcia got that timing, bruh. I mean, I don't know, man. I think Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao would be a hell of a fight. I mean, I think that Pacquiao throwing them punches in bunches, Mikey Garcia's boxing IQ, his movement, his timing ability. I don't know, bruh. I think that'd be a real good fight, man. Real talk. It's funny about Thurman. He needs to get back fighting fights before Spence, but when it comes to Manny, he really fight him. You know what though, Jamie? He been wanting to fight. Thurman been wanting to fight Manny for a long time, bro. He been wanting to cement himself, whether it been with Manny or whether it been with Floyd. Keith Thurman has always wanted to try to cement himself with one of those names, and it never went down, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But my thing is, dog, this dude is considered, like, with today's generation of welterweights, he is considered one of the best. Him, Thurman, and Spence. That's who needs to fight each other. You know what I mean? I would rather see those three mix it up with each other one way or another. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know they want the money. I know they want the recognition that comes with a Manny Pacquiao. Any fighter would. But my deal is, if me as a fan, I want to see them three and establish clearly who is the number one welterweight. You know, we say Crawford, some say Thurman, some say Spence, but until they fight each other, we not gonna know about it. And if we giving them breaks to allow them to go and face Manny Pacquiao, then we ain't gonna fucking know. You hear me though? I'm in 92. You say you want to see Pacquiao versus Thurman? Oh, okay, that'd be cool. I mean, I personally want to see Thurman versus Spence and Thurman versus Terrence Crawford first. That's just me. Now, I will take a Terrence Crawford though versus a Manny Pacquiao, given that them two just never fought. They never fought, man. And all of this talk about why they never fought. I hear Bud talk about something. Yeah, you duck me. I hear Pacquiao like you duck me. You know, they had history. You dig? So that's the only one I'm willing to make that exception for. But truth be told, man, when it comes to the top dudes, I'd rather see them face one another than to see them face Manny. That's just how I feel. Manny 40 years old, bruh. Now he got a detached retina. Hey, did y'all hear the news, man? Somebody broke up in Manny's house. Yo, man, there's articles out there, man, that Manny Pacquiao's house then got broken in while he was fighting Adrian Bronner, man. AB done made some phone calls, sent the hood through his crib, man. They ransacked his crib. You dig where I'm going? I don't know why they did that, man. I guess AB like, look, I'm going to get something out of this, man. We running through Pacquiao crib. But anyway, Pacquiao's house got broken into, man. A lot of people alluding to the fact that it might have been an inside job. Somebody knew something. You know what I mean? I don't know. But Pacquiao's house then got broken. It's like the second time Pacquiao's house getting broken into in LA also. So that's crazy. That's crazy. Who Pacquiao done pissed off, man? Who he owe money to? I don't know. But yeah, man, Crawford beats Pacquiao. Not sure about Thurman. I mean, shit, man. I mean, Crawford, in my opinion, I think he can beat Pacquiao at this point. I think Crawford will give Pacquiao problems. And just because stylistically, the way Terrence Crawford fights, so patient, defense is on point. You know what I mean? His counter-punching ability, his timing ability is all solid. And these are in-prime fighters. You know what I'm saying? These are not fighters that are like Manny Pacquiao, where they kind of had their best years behind them. These are in-prime fighters. And that's why I'm alluding to the fact that if the top dudes, I want to see them mix it up while they in their primes. You dig? I want to see them mix it up. You know, I mean, shit, Spence has been hunting down Thurman for years. Spence has been hunting down Porter for years. Garcia for years. You know what I mean? But shit, I guess you adding Pacquiao to the mix. He got to fight somebody. Say the eye injury looks bad. Yeah. I mean, Manny says he's okay. I mean, I hope it's not one of those things where he just kind of lying and it's really as bad as it really is. Because I seen it and it didn't look too good. You know what I mean? He's 40 fucking years old though, son. That ain't good. That ain't good. And that's why I'm like jumping in there with an Earl Spence Jr. Shit. With a detached retina? Man, you better take some time out, Manny. Real talk. So, I mean, so what is realistic? What is realistic? Y'all saying Keith Thurman. I'm seeing a lot of Keith Thurmans in the comment section. Keith Thurman. Either Keith Thurman or Terrence Crawford would make sense. The thing is, now we got to keep it 100. Pacquiao now aligns himself with Al Heyman in the PBC. Will Al Heyman in the PBC send Manny Pacquiao back across the street to face a Terrence Crawford? That's just we gotta be honest. You know what I mean? Will they do that? Or are they going to try to sit back and collect some money off him on the PBC side? I don't know. So yeah, it could be Terrence Crawford. So given the polish shit and the politics, that might sit Terrence Crawford to the back burner, right? Let's just be realistic. Keith Thurman seeming like the more realistic possibility, or the winner of Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence Jr. It's going to have to be down to that, in my opinion. Danny Garcia. Some are saying Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, given that he's coming off the losses that he took, a lot of aura around Danny Garcia has died down. It still will be a big fight between him and Manny, especially if Danny comes out and get rid of Adrian Granados, which most of us will probably be expecting him to do. But if he comes out, he gets rid of Adrian Granados, Danny Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao, That was always a fight that's always been talked about too. So that's a good possibility. See, man, all of these fighters at PBC, bruh, like all of them make good fights for Manny Pacquiao. Stylistic wise, that's a tough fight for Pacquiao too, man, because, hey, Danny Garcia, y'all already know the no-look left hook. He can time that shit, bruh. He will be timing Manny Pacquiao too. And, you know, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, as well as Earl Spence, all of them, they all got, to me today, a better boxing IQ than Adrian Bronner. Like I told y'all, man, in the post-fight video, Adrian Bronner came in with 25% of the game plan. Yo, he came in knowing I want to catch this dude coming in. I'm going to try to set up the counter left hooks. That was 25%. You had to add more to it to win that. You had to sometimes become aggressive, put your foot on the gas, bully Pacquiao at times, knowing exactly when to get to the inside on Manny Pacquiao. There was a lot of things that Adrian Bronner did not do. He just did 25% of the fucking game plan. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like a lot of these other fighters, nah, man. Like Keith Thurman, shit, he has a hell of a boxing IQ. Hell of a boxing IQ. But is his timing is nearly as good as Danny Garcia's? That's a question you have to ask yourself. He'll move around on Manny. He'll know how to give Manny different looks. It'll be a tough fight for Manny. But I think Manny and Keith Thurman be a close fight, truth be told. I think it'll be a close fight. But as for Danny, man, I think Danny will be trying to time Manny and trying to knock Manny ass smack out. I think that's how Danny will fight him. But it'll still be a good fight too, man. I think that'll be a good fight too. You're right. He did call out Manny, but Manny was fighting at 154 at the time. You talking about Crawford called out Manny? Yeah, man. I mean, he called out Manny, but, you know, Crawford said some questionable statements in the past that was like, you know, does he really want to fight Manny or not? He was just, you know, he was kind of nonchalant about it. Like, I want it, but I'm not going to chase him. It's not a big deal for me. It wasn't a hungry call on Terrence Crawford's end. And I covered that in the video. Like, I even had him quoted. It wasn't a hungry call. It was like, if it happens, it happens type shit. If not, I'm moving on. That's how Terrence Crawford is. Y'all already know how he get down. He real nonchalant about things. It wasn't like, say, like Keith Thurman would do. Like, oh yeah, I want Pacquiao next. I fight him whatever. We could do it whatever, whenever. You know, it wasn't like one of those type call outs. It was like, yeah, I like to fight him. And, you know, but if it don't happen, it's all good. I'm good with that. That's how Terrence Crawford had carried it. You know what I mean? But Manny didn't do it either. So it just didn't happen. Whatever. You know what I mean? Thurman called out Manny. Yeah, Thurman been calling out Manny for years. And that's the thing. That's what, you know, makes that interesting. But, yo, I mean, I guess I can stomach Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. But I still, bro, my deal is I just need to see Thurman versus Earl Spence or Thurman versus Terrence Crawford. You can't talk all that shit that he was talking about Crawford. Don't want to get Crawford no smoke. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk all that crap that he was saying about Spence or then want to push him down to 2020. Like, we just going to give you that. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess you could say if any fighter at welterweight honestly deserves a fight with Manny Pacquiao, it is Keith one-time Thurman. Keith one-time Thurman was the only unified champion at welterweight. He put the work in. So if anybody deserves a legacy fight, if anybody deserves a high recognition, maybe pay-per-view level fight, it could be possibly Keith Thurman. He has put the work in. So I can understand people if you want to look at it from that way. But I don't know. As the boxing fan in me, man, the boxing fan in me just want to see Thurman, Spence, and T-Bud just do a round robin or some shit. You know what I mean? But I guess I need to calm down. You know what I mean? I guess it ain't just wishful thinking, if you will. How about this one? Manny Pacquiao rematches Jeff Horn. I know. Oh, who's Jeff Horn? Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, which means he got one up on Manny Pacquiao. Oh, man, what you talking about? He got robbed. Yeah, okay, whatever. The fact is, Jeff Horn is walking around boxing, and his claim to fame is, I beat the legendary Manny Pacquiao. Jeff Horn doesn't have a dance partner right now. He calling out anybody who would listen. He trying to go to any weight. I think last I heard he called out Deontay Wilder. He'll fight any goddamn body right now. He just want a dance partner. Nobody won't give Jeff Horn no smoke. So my deal is, should Manny Pacquiao try to revenge that loss to Jeff Horn? This is an honest question. Should he do it? I mean, just to go back and prove to everybody that first one was a fluke. They robbed me down in Australia, and I can get rid of this dude. Should he go back and try it again? It's dangerous. It's a lot of risk involved. A hell of a lot of risk. Maybe even not that much reward. It really ain't. But as a fighter, deep down, you know this man beat you. Should Manny Pacquiao go back and give Jeff Horn another shot? And that's just being 100. And no, it ain't a big high profile name. No, it ain't no, but you know, it could be sold as this is the dude that beat Manny Pacquiao. But people gonna remember that beat down that T-Bug gave him. See, Terrence Crawford gave Jeff Horn such a serious beat down where I guess it took a lot of luster off Jeff Horn. So Jeff Horn versus Manny Pacquiao, you mixed that with the fact that people thought Pacquiao might have won anyway. Then it's like, should he or shouldn't he? But shit, man. He fought Tim Bradley. He fought Timothy Bradley. He fought Juan Manuel Marquez a zillion and one times. Why the fuck? Jeff Horn got a country. Y'all can say what y'all want, man. Y'all can, truth be told, I'm almost starting to think a lot of Pacquiao fans are scared of that damn fight. And I don't know why. I mean, my deal is, I kept it all the way live with y'all about that. Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn. You're damn right. And the reason he lost to Jeff Horn is because he underestimated Jeff Horn. He went in there at the press conferences, checking his Twitter, checking his Instagram, chilling, just flipping through his phones, smiling, making CDs. Hey, yeah, you know, doing all of that shit. And he underestimated that man. My deal is if he chooses to get his revenge and say, look, let me show y'all, I can stomp this dude out with no problem. Then I'd be like, yo, man, you know, hey, it makes sense to me. It makes sense. It ain't a hard fight to make. It ain't a bunch of polished shit. It ain't a bunch of politics. If anybody believe, because I see the dislikes, Bill. If anybody believe that Manny Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn, then why don't he actually beat Jeff Horn? Go back and do it on paper. I don't want to see it, man. You sounding scared. You sounding scared. That's what that sounded to me. Motherfucker sounding scared when it comes to that fight. I don't know what it is about this Jeff Horn situation, but people sounding scared. Jeff Horn might whoop his ass again, bro. And that's what I'm saying, Wendell. I think people deep down believe that, no, why should he give Jeff Horn another chance when Jeff Horn fuck around and beat him again? And then it will really hurt the legend of Manny Pacquiao to see him losing not once, but twice to a Jeff Horn. A lot of people, man, straight out be counting him out on that. Sif Bud in the building. What's up with you? Horn should fight Benavidez. Both our bums. Hey, my thing is, if that's what it is, then Manny lost to this dude, son. Man, I hate when people be coming at me, man, he really won, but he lost. But we all know he really won. That's just like when Manny Pacquiao did it to Tim Bradley. When Tim Bradley beat him, everybody was like, well, Manny Pacquiao beat Tim Bradley. Man. He beat him. They robbed Manny Pacquiao. But what did he do? He ran it back with Tim Bradley. He ran it back. So my deal is this. If you feel as though they robbed Pacquiao in Australia, I'm sure Jeff Horn will come here to Vegas. I'm sure Jeff Horn will fight Manny Pacquiao anywhere. It don't matter. Make it happen. Pac talking about he wants Spence. Shh. With a detached retina. He wants Earl Spence with a detached retina. I got to tell you, man, I don't think that's a smart idea. I mean, I just don't. I just think that this is, you talking about a young, I mean, look, if it happens, it happens. I don't think it's smart, but Manny Pacquiao ain't always been the sharpest, smartest knife in the drawer. He's took in fights in the past that we was like, Slim, what is he doing? When he first announced back in the day that he was fighting Miguel Cotto, I was like, what? When he first announced back in the day he was going to step up and beat Antonio Margarito, I was like, fuck no. So, I mean, hey, Pacquiao's always made these kind of calls his whole career. So if he chooses to get in there with Spence, you know, I'm just going to sit back and see what happens, man. That's all I can tell you. Pac don't want Spence. Oh, yeah. I don't think it's a smart decision. Maybe Mikey Garcia. If he want to take on Mikey Garcia, that will make sense. That's more of in his weight zone. That's more of his you know, comfort zone. But Mikey Garcia, that makes sense to me. Pacquiao versus his sparring partner, Showtime Sean Porter. As I said, I don't know if he'll take that fight stylistically. You know the type of fight that Sean Porter brings. Can Pacquiao handle that freight train at 40 years old? I mean, is it smart? I mean, it makes sense. It's a WBC for the WBC probably be involved. It'd be a high level fight. It would make sense. They're familiar with each other. They show respect towards one another. I never heard Showtime Sean Porter say a bad word about Manny Pacquiao. Never heard him once say a bad word about him. Manny here to pay his debts, so he going to fight Spence. Oh, Manny trying to. That's probably why they ran through his crib, huh? Hey, that was the tax man. Tax man ran through Pacquiao crib in LA. The other night, man, they like, hold up, man, you owe us some money. You been hiding money in the Philippines. We coming through here. We gonna ransack this joint. We gonna find something up in here. We gonna find something. You know what I'm saying? That was the tax man running through Pacquiao's crib, and that's why the bodyguards ain't even saying nothing. They like, we don't want no problems with them. We just let them in. You know what I mean? I'm fucking with y'all, man. But yeah, man. Bronner dropped Porter. Yeah, Bronner dropped Porter after losing for 11 straight rounds. Yeah, he did drop Porter. But Porter's a good fighter, man. I mean, my deal is Porter's a hell of a fighter. I mean, Showtime Sean Porter versus Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao at 40 years old. What would that do? I mean, in Adrian Bronner's case, he is the TMZ Bronner. It's a high recognition fight. Even with Keith one-time Thurman, I think that'd be good recognition. Of course, with Spence and Mikey, that would be the biggest profile fight that he can make today. There ain't a prior other aside from Floyd Mayweather. I mean, the highest profile fight that Manny Pacquiao can make is against the winner of Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia. Dallas Cowboys, the recognition that's coming with that joint, you know what I mean? The Victor Conte snacks. It's like, you know what I mean? It'll be a high profile fight no matter how you spend it. And I mean, you know, that'll be, if he's going for the money and just want to be on the biggest possible stage that he can touch, of course, it'll be against Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia winner, man. Real talk. They should just do a tournament. That makes sense to me. Hey, and included in that tournament, Jamie, it should be Terrence Bud Crawford. I mean, we're not going to leave Crawford out. I mean, I understand the politics and the polish shit. We not leaving Terrence Crawford out. And that's my whole deal, man. So, I mean, Pacquiao got the world at his feet right now. The world is his playground. All of these fighters that we talking about would love to take a fight with Senator Pacquiao. So, I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to go off and make a new CD? You know what I'm saying? Make another one of his little whack-ass CDs? Is he going to go off and maybe run for president of the Philippines? I don't know. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, once he gets done with his extracurricular activities, hey, Slim, he got a hell of a lot of fighters that'll love to give him some smoke. Manny Pacquiao ain't going to find no shortage of opponents, especially now he's aligned with Al Heyman. I got to give it to him. All champs. All champs. Now, if Manny Pacquiao come back and say, look, man, I'm fighting Chris Algieri again, you know what I mean? Then I'm going to be like, yo, Pac, what's up, man? You know what I mean? But, you know, everybody going to be defending him. That's the legendary Manny Pacquiao, man. He can fight anybody he want. Shit. You know, it ain't. He's over there with PBC. He can fight all of these fighters with no politics, and they all will welcome a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence is walking through these streets like, nah, Pacquiao ain't going to say my name. Errol Spence walking through these streets like Pacquiao don't even want, nah. I don't even think Errol Spence is going to believe it until he see a contract. And if Errol Spence beat Mikey Garcia, I don't believe Errol believes that Manny Pacquiao going to step up to the plate. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't want to hear nothing about no WBA getting involved, talking about they enforcing it. We all know the WBA super champion ain't got no mandatory. So if that fight was to get made, it'd be made on their own merit. Yeah, there's no ducking now. 2 fights at the minimum with Heyman. Yeah. And that's why it was such a bold move for Manny Pacquiao to line up with Al Heyman. I thought he was going to stay independent. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he was going to move how he wanted to move. But shit, he got with Al Heyman, locked himself in, and now he's at the mercy of all of these Heyman fighters. Champs give to Manny. He ducks no one. Yeah, he ducks no one. Well, I mean, he ducks nobody other than Terrence Crawford. I'm about to say, I mean, I still got my reserved feelings about that Terrence Crawford. And honestly, I don't care what nobody say. I'm going to go back to this. I think, Jeff Horn. I don't see nothing wrong with Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? People like, man, you tripping. I just don't see nothing wrong with that fight. It's no fucking way that you'll have any of these champions out here knowing that they lost to a dude who's willing to give them the rematch, and they don't want to get the rematch. Manny ducks no one. Nah, I mean, Manny don't duck. Manny put that work in. Manny's 40 years old. So he got a built-in reason to say, I don't want to fight this person, and I don't want to fight that person. But I'm sorry, man. I want to see him destroy Jeff Horn, bro, and just put a cork on that bottle, man, and just throw it away. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's just me, though, man. But yeah, man, I think all of these fights, though, will be good for Manny Pacquiao. Right now, though, first and foremost, his concern should be his eye. He should not be jumping back into the ring, with a bad eye. I don't know how bad it's really damaged. I've seen reports that say it ain't that bad. I've seen reports that say it is that bad. We don't know. But at the end of the day, let Manny go ahead and sit down, man. Let his eye heal, because he don't need to be making no fast decisions. Go off and make you a CD, Manny. Go do a remake of the Motown hits. I can see Manny in the booth now. Ain't no mountain high enough. You know what I mean? Go back and make one of the, some remake of the Motown hits, Manny, man. Sell it to the Philippines, and then come on back, man, to America and give us some work, man. Real talk, man. Manny also ain't entirely stupid. Yeah, I mean, he ain't entirely stupid, but but my thing is, It's almost a gift and a curse when you think of the Earl Spence situation. There is no other outside of, at least to date, in my opinion. I don't see a higher profile fight for him other than Floyd Mayweather. I mean, Keith Thurman will be a big fight. It will be a big fight. Oh, he gonna go back to being a senator? Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. I mean, don't get me wrong. Keith Thurman will be a good fight, and it will be a big fight. But just think, after Earl Spence Jr., if he beats Mikey Garcia, all eyes gonna be on Spence. You know what I'm saying? All eyes is gonna be looking at him like, yo, man, that is the dude. You know, people gonna be sucked in. The casual guy, everybody. That will be the highest profile fight that Manny Pacquiao can decide on. And so I don't know, man. I mean, is he fighting for legacy? Is he really wanting to get in there with the best? Manny is nice. That's why most of the boxers respect Pac-Man. Yeah, I mean, not only because he's nice, because he gives back to his people, and that's real talk, but also because he's just a hell of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Manny is the only 8-division world champion in boxing. And please, I don't want to get one of you boxing historians up in here telling me something. Oh, man, no, he didn't do 8 divisions because this title wasn't there in this year. And see, that guy had held it this. Man, look, the man is known as the only 8-division champion ever to exist in boxing. That is the main reason why everybody respects him. You know what I'm saying? See, in this, you know, Manny's career to me always shows fighters you don't have to be undefeated. You can lose. How many losses Manny got? Manny got a lot of losses, man, but his respect level is still through the roof. The man is 40 years old, just beat up on a 29-year-old. You know what I mean? So that just makes sense. Spence is the haggler of the division. Also, he's the only one on pay-per-view. That's what I mean, bro. Well, you know, yeah, well, that's true. I mean, if somehow, some way, if Amir Khan made it through Terrence Crawford, which, I mean, none of us ain't putting our money down on that. But if Amir Khan made it through Terrence Crawford, Amir Khan versus Manny Pacquiao, believe it or not, that would be actually a big pay-per-view fight. I mean, the Philippines will show up. Amir and his army, what is it, Khan Army, Barmy, or whoever the hell, they'll show up. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting. These two got a little storyline together. That actually would be a big fight too. But as far as high recognition right now, because Spence is like everybody's champion. He has the win at his back. He got Jerry Jones rocking with him. He got Al rocking with him. He got PBC kissing his ass. He got Showtime kissing his ass. He got Fox kissing his ass. Everybody loves Earl Spence Jr. So whether you believe that Earl Spence Jr. is this or that, as far as high profile, and Manny loves to operate on the high level, you ain't gonna get no higher than Earl Spence Jr. right now, son. It's just not gonna happen. I love Keith Thurman. I'm a huge Thurman fan. But Thurman lost something when he sat out of the ring so long, man. His popularity took a hit. His image took a hit. You know what I mean? Every time somebody think about Keith Thurman now, they're thinking of a dude with a flute. You know what I mean? It's like, dog, like, you know, his image took a mean hit, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and this is boxing. Sometimes if you don't stay active and if you ain't doing stuff outside the ring to keep reminding people who you are, you lose your luster. And as of right now, Earl Spence Jr. is stopping everybody. He walked up to Thurman and told him to his face, I'll stop you in 6. It's stuff like that that makes you go, shit. Earl Spence Jr. right now is the highest profile fighter. MGM loves Pac-Man. They do love Pac-Man. They do love Pac-Man, man. But he should. I mean, he put in work for them peoples, man, over the years. He just needs to be smart against Crawford. Yeah, man, you know, I mean, Crawford is such an intelligent fighter, man. You know, I actually think that it'll be a good fight between him and T-Bud too. I love to see that fight, but realistically, I don't see Al Heyman sending Manny Pacquiao across the street to do business with Bob Arum. Now, if Manny Pacquiao flexed his muscle a little bit and say, you know what, I got love for Bob. He's still my dude. You know, though I'm underneath the PBC brand, you know, I am the great Manny Pacquiao. I can choose my own course in a way. And he steps to them like that, then who knows? Maybe we can get it. But Slim, I just don't see PBC, who've been wanting Manny Pacquiao for a long ass time. They finally got him. Man, they're going to try to profit off that dude. They're going to keep him on their side of the street. And y'all, look, you're going to fight our fighters. If Ugas beats Porter, then that will put him in the basket too. Oh, if Ugas beat Porter, that will probably knock him to the top. Ugas, who will, you know, he's not perceived as the best welterweight or an elite welterweight for that matter. Now, taking my cue, Ruffin, I don't think that Ugas is going to beat Porter. But if he did that, I think Pacquiao would look at that like, okay, out of all these dudes I can fight Ugas for the WBC champion. Add that to my legacy. Oh, it makes sense. Make the fight. You know what I mean? I think that would definitely make sense, man. But it is what it is, man. Manny Pacquiao, though. Manny Pacquiao, man. Like I said, the world is his playground right now. My personal number one picks, like I'll say it again, if I had to pick, I'd say that first off, Manny Pacquiao should go off after the winner of Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. Behind that, if I had it my way, it would be the winner of Amir Khan versus Terrence Crawford. And if he can't get that, then of course Keith one-time Thurman. Only because I want to see Keith Thurman go back to his rightful place at the top of the division. And he has to go through the likes of Spence, or he has to go through the likes of a Porter. I would rather see those. That's just me as a boxing fan. You may feel a little different, and I ain't knocking that. Hey, did y'all hear the news about Canelo Alvarez and Danny Garcia? Canelo Alvarez and Danny Garcia, man. My man Turtleneck Jacobs has now put a weight stipulation. Canelo has put a weight stipulation on Turtleneck Jacobs and told him he can't rehydrate more than 170 pounds in the day of the fight on the same day weigh-in. God damn. Tough. Man, this dude Canelo, got love for him, complete fighter, awesome, whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, dog, you've been weight bullying all your career. Man, so many fights in your career. And now you get up to Jacobs and you like, nah, he can't do this. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about the middleweight division? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Wendell. Like, of course, I do see Canelo as number one. Jacobs is number two. I see Triple G as number three. Charlo is number four. That's my order of no. Yeah, I mean, you throw in Billy Joe Saunders and Andrade at number five and number six. But my deal is, man, like Canelo, man, you've been doing this your whole career. Now, when it gets to this dude, you did put a weight stipulation on Rocky Fielding, and I understood that because he was fighting him at a higher weight class. So I was like, okay, yeah, all right, we'll grant him that. But dog, you come back to 160 and you telling Jacobs that he can't rehydrate more than X amount of pounds? Say that's all strategy. Well, let's not forget, man, Jacobs came in that thing built like a tank against Gennady Golovkin. He came in as the unknown weight. Remember, he was refusing to take the same day weigh-in. Canelo like, I ain't going like that. You ain't going to come back up in here after calling up Victor Conti, getting the good snacks, coming in this joint built like a tank, and you think I'm not going to put your ass on the scales? Oh, no, sir. He ain't going it. When you the champ, you can make the rules. Canelo. Man, Canelo always setting crazy rules, though, Jamie, man. If he ain't fighting at Canelo weights, if he ain't rehydrating 20 pounds himself, Breon Thomas in the building. What's up, fam? If he ain't doing, all of these weird little rules, then he's setting the rule. Man, it's not so much if you the champ, if you the draw. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? If you the draw, Canelo is the draw. Canelo is the draw of draws. You know what I'm saying? He is the number one drawer in boxing. So I guess he felt like if I'm the number one draw in boxing, I could put any rules on the floor that I want. If I want to fight at 163 pounds, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. Floyd did that into Canelo. Yeah, but Floyd ain't never fought at those weird weights, though. Floyd always, I don't recall Floyd putting weight stipulations on a lot of fighters either. If I recall, hold on. He did do that. I know he did it to Canelo. He did do it to a couple other, but not like, damn, bro. It's like, but Floyd was never the weight bully. This looked weird because Canelo was always the weight bully, and now he don't want nobody to weight bully him. You know what I'm saying? But you right though, Jamie. I ain't gonna knock you, man. When you are the draw, when you are the cash cow, you basically can make these type of moves. But it just looks funny. It looks funny. I think Pac-Man versus Floyd too will happen if they offer Floyd the right money he wants. One life, man. I don't know, bro. I mean, remember what I was saying earlier, man. I think that, of course, if they told Floyd he was going to make 150, 200 million, how the hell can you turn that down? I have no idea. But at the end of the day, Floyd is behind the scenes still making money off Pacquiao. Will he feel comfortable right now in saying, well, I'll promote the fights and I'll just put Manny Pacquiao against, I'll get what Al Heyman, Al Heyman is not a promoter. Al Heyman uses promotional outfits. Mayweather Promotions, you can promote this fight. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Bronner was a Mayweather Promotions fighter, right? So guess what? Mayweather got a check off Manny Pacquiao. Will they feel comfortable? Will Floyd feel more comfortable in that capacity other than saying that I'll just get back in the ring? That's the key thing to me. But Floyd was the weight bully against Marquez. No doubt about that. Floyd was the weight bully against Marquez. But to Floyd's credit, and if I recall correct, that was Floyd Mayweather's first fight outside of when he first came out of jail. And on top of that, if I recall correct, he paid Juan Manuel Marquez like some extra funds because Floyd came in overweight for that fight. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, that's one fight. Floyd was always a small welterweight. When you say Oscar De La Hoya, he wasn't a weight bully. When you say Oscar De La Hoya, he wasn't a weight bully. When you say Miguel Cotto, you can't say he was a weight bully. When you say I don't know, Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo was a 54 fighter. He just fought him at a catch weight. Was he a weight bully in that fight too? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Diego Corrales, he wasn't a weight bully in that fight. I can go on and on with Floyd, man. But at the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather too. I mean, of course, that will take precedence over anything. That would take precedence not over anything that Pacquiao got, but that'll take precedence over anything in boxing. You know what I mean? So, of course, you know what I mean? If Floyd even entertained it that he will come back and face Manny Pacquiao, Manny would take that in a heartbeat. But my only thing is, man, I don't know, man. Floyd is a wild dude, man. Floyd is sit back, you dig, like, shit. He make a couple million here, couple million there off of Manny Pacquiao. He'll be against Manny. Yeah, he was bigger than Manny. But Manny, man, come on, man. We can't make excuses. Manny wanted that fight, and he knew the stipulations that was around that fight. I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot of, believe it or not, we just boxing fans, we keeping it all the way live, but there's a lot of fans out there who ain't tripping off that rematch. I mean, I'm being real. It's a spectacle of a fight, but some people believe it's built in. But I think at their ages now, two old ass men up in there, man, you know, will it still be the same fight? I don't know. But most people still pay their money for it anyway. All that, I'm not buying it. I ain't getting it, man. I ain't ordering that fight. You full of crap. You buying that fight if it happens. You buying that fight if it happens. But Canelo Alvarez though, man, Danny Jacobs. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. Canelo is putting that weight stipulation on Danny Jacobs, and that tells me something. I mean, like I said before, Danny Jacobs fought a hell of a fight against Gennady Golovkin, but a lot of people attribute that to the fact that Danny Jacobs' punch resistance was probably better in that fight than any other fight because he came in so big, and Canelo just ain't having it, man. This is just one of the things that Danny Jacobs is going to have to deal with to get to the mountaintop, man. It's never easy sometimes to get to that mountaintop. If Danny wants to get there, if Daniel Jacobs wants to get to the mountaintop, this is just one of the obstacles he's going to have to deal with. Joey Spence can beat Manny right now. I don't know, man. There's a lot of fighters that make him beat Manny right now, but are they on the elite level? Joey Spence, man, he's not even on the elite level yet, man. What I'm saying is that Floyd always had an advantage from some perspective besides skill. I don't know, bro. You can't say, but Floyd was always the more skillful fighter against pretty much every fighter he fought. No, like he outskilled Manny. He outskilled basically everybody he fought. Even when Floyd was on the come up, you talking about money made. What about Pretty Boy Floyd? He wasn't in no position then where he was doing this, all this you saying, DGO, and he still was schooling fighters. He was actually schooling them worse then. And he wasn't called. Look what he did. Look at the Oscar fight. I mean, come on, Oscar did everything. Pick the gloves, pick the arena, picked everything. Pick Mayweather socks, picked it all. Pick what kind of haircut he can have, the whole nine. But at the end of the day, bro, like Floyd has always been the most skillful fighter than everyone I've seen him face. It ain't always was a weight thing. When he beat Ricky Hatton, it wasn't about weight. Nah, bro, he was just more skilled. You know what I'm saying? Pretty Boy, you talking money made when he started making little stipulations here and there. Pretty Boy didn't make stipulations. Pretty Boy got in there with rugged fighters like Chop Chop Corley. He got in there with a rugged Zab Zuda and had to figure out this fast-ass fighter in front of me. What do I got to do with? How do I adjust to beat this dude? That's what Floyd did, and that takes skill, man. So you can't take that away from Floyd. Manny versus Andre Berto. Ronnie Boy Fresh in the building. What's up, fam? Manny versus Andre Berto. Next pay-per-view. I hope not, bro. I ain't trying to see that fight, man. I'm sorry, man. I can't. I mean, dog, Andre Berto. Nah, man. I'm sorry. Nah, man. I don't know who Andre Berto should fight. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it ain't Manny Pacquiao, bro. I don't want to see that, man. But it would make sense. I guess you could say it would make sense if Manny trying to stall out that contract. Just like, look, man, I'm not going to be fighting killer after killer after killer. I'm going to fight somebody else and then take another killer. Then, of course, Andre Berto will be a good step in. But nah, it's not nothing that I'm clamoring for, man. Floyd was still in his late 30s when he destroyed Canelo. That's what I'm. And let me tell you something, Q Ruffin, man. I always say this, bro, about that fight. If I can take a picture frame and frame a TV screen and hang that shit on my wall, it will be of the Canelo versus Floyd fight because it was such a masterpiece. That is one of the most impressive fights that I have ever seen. And I've been watching boxing since a day old, son. That is one of the most impressive fights. How he took this young, strong bull who had the win at his back, who everybody thought was the one. I remember the build up to that fight. See, we get amnesia. Floyd wasn't supposed to win that fight. And the way he beat that dude and broke his will, it got to a point where Canelo just didn't even know where to swing. When I seen Canelo up against the ropes, tightening up, and you got old Floyd Mayweather just piecing him up, bro, I was just like, how did we get from the beginning of this fight with this dude with all this momentum to now Floyd got this dude up against the ropes, tightening up? Man, that was impressive, son. That was impressive. Yeah, that's a nod to me too, King Ghidorah. I always get your name tough, man. Yeah, I'm with you, homie. I can't see that, bro. I know you keep Andre Berto, man. That don't ain't moving, no needles. Matter of fact, if I got something better to do that day, I'll catch the replay. I don't know. I ain't fucking with that one. Nah, man. You right though. That's why he lost to Castillo the first time. Hey, man, here we go. Here we go. See, DGO, you definitely anti-Floyd. But my deal is this. I always tell people this about that when they always bring that up. If y'all feel like he lost to Castillo in the first fight with a bad shoulder, you can't discount the fact that he had a bad shoulder and he still gave that dude a run for his money the way he did. Then in the rematch, he destroyed Castillo. Why wasn't the second fight even remotely close? Why was there so much separation in the rematch? I don't get it. That man did have a bad shoulder. You can't act like he didn't. But come on, man. You had Floyd losing at A. Crow that night. You talking about against Castillo? I mean, I ain't gonna act like I thought it was a close fight, but I thought Floyd edged it out. I thought it was close, but I thought it could have went down as a draw. But I thought Floyd may have edged it out by one round, and it was really hard to call it. But for those who say Castillo won, if he was all like Floyd didn't have a bad shoulder in that fight, though. Floyd damaged his shoulder in that fight. Let's not act like we don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Come on, bruh. Come on. Floyd beat Canelo so bad that Canelo took the blueprint to Canelo Triple G. Hey, shit, that shit was beautiful, man. That was one of the most beautiful fights I ever seen, man. And I ain't never see a fighter in my life, fight that way that Floyd did. I'm gonna be honest with you, that was one of the first fights, and I've been watching Floyd his whole career, that I say this dude might just get Floyd. I remember talking with the homies about that, man, and they was just like, nah, man, we rolling with Floyd. It's Floyd. But I was like, yo, this dude Canelo, man, I've been following him. And he barely got past Austin Trout during that time, but the way he was fighting, he was hitting hard, he was stopping people, he was young, he was strong. I say, nah, bro, Floyd ain't gonna do this, man. I don't know, man. I have my doubts. Shit, man, Floyd surprised the hell out of me, man. Reflexes was sharp. Reflexes was super sharp in that fight. Go back and, man, look, if you're ever bored and you got nothing to do, it's raining outside, and you just want to chill, watch a good fight, go back and watch that fight, man. That fight is a fucking masterpiece. Masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? Man, so many young fighters need to watch that fight and just to know the art of boxing, the art of defense, and how you can win fights with just the art of defense. Floyd wasn't a hard puncher in that fight. Floyd wasn't hitting them with hard shots. No. Floyd's defense broke the will of Canelo in that fight, and he forced Canelo to start going backwards. But back to Thurman, he shook off Spence. Anybody else, he talked shit to, but not Spence as well as Crawford. And that's what my whole thing is, Jamie. Like, that's why a lot of people say they want to see Pacquiao go in there and get in there with Keith Thurman. My deal is I want Keith Thurman to handle this unfinished business. That's just me, though. I mean, it ain't really with Sean Porter. It's more so with Earl Spence or with Terrence Crawford. That man has been talking all kinds of shit about Terrence Crawford. And I'm a Keith Thurman fan. I like Keith Thurman. But at the end of the day, bro, you've been talking all this mouth. You can't run your mouth like that, man, and then not get in the ring with these cats. I don't like that, man. So if you're going to be that way, then fight these dudes. Yeah, I know you want to fight Manny Pacquiao. Everybody wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. But right now, nah, bro, you took a hiatus from boxing. You skipped out of boxing for a minute. You let your momentum down, you go down. Then after all of this, you do, nah, bro. You got to go see that man. Jimmy McDonald. Oh shit, what's up, family? What's up, man? What's up, cuzzo? What's up with you, man? I'm glad you made it, bro. I'm glad to see you here, man. Roll with me, son. Roll with me. That's my main man right there. What's up, family? What's up with you? Thurman versus Bud, a great scrap. Thurman versus Bud would be a hell of a scrap. But that's what I want to see first. And if Manny Pacquiao, my deal is with Manny Pacquiao, if you want to get in there with the winner of Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence, be my guest. That's a high profile fight. Can't knock that. But if the next fight after that would be Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan for me. That's just me though. It's just me though. Everybody want the golden ticket, but don't want to put in the work. That's my whole deal, bruh. Everybody want the golden ticket, but don't want to put in the work. My deal is Keith Thurman didn't have to be in this position. If Keith Thurman would have stayed around boxing, stayed active, you know what I mean? Stayed being the don't duck me son Keith Thurman, establishing his position at welterweight as the number one welterweight, and I ain't letting nobody come take this, I wouldn't be talking like this. I'd be like, nah, man, Keith Thurman deserves to fight with Manny Pacquiao. And truth be told, I know. He was the only unified champion at welterweight, so he put the work in, but he fell off. And that's what hurts him to me, man. My deal is, dog, like, Keith Thurman, you can't talk like you've been talking about Bud. I don't like how he been talking about Bud. He trying to diminish Terrence Crawford's resume. He trying to diminish Terrence Crawford's achievements. Nah, I don't like that, son. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So in that case, you're going to have to mix it up with that dude. I have to mix it up with that dude, man. That's how I feel. Canelo fighting Floyd would be like Tank fighting Lomachenko right now. Canelo fighting Floyd. Nah, man, I don't want. You know what? Canelo needs to stop it. That's just some Oscar bullshit. Nobody wants to see that, man. Nobody wants to see that rematch right now. Bronner versus Garcia. Who, Mikey or Danny Garcia? Yeah, that'll be interesting, but I don't see Bronner winning that fight. I see Bronner going to sleep in that fight, truth be told. Pacquiao can fight any fighter in 147, but I think he should retire. He's done enough for boxing. Even if he loses to Terrence Crawford or any fighter, he's still the greatest. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, Pac ain't got to do another thing in boxing. He's going down in the Hall of Fame, no doubt about it. Pacquiao ain't got to throw another punch. He can go and make some whack-ass CDs. I told you, let him go and make the remakes of the Motown music. You know what I mean? And on mountain high enough. Y'all know how Pacquiao be singing and shit. Let him go and make some albums. Run for president of the Philippines, and I'm good with it. I will always remember Manny Pacquiao as a legendary fighter. Let's not forget, Manny Pacquiao is in a whole new era right now. His era is already gone. He's fighting in an era now with the young and up-and-coming fighters. You know what I mean? So, but you know what? If people want Pacquiao to go away, then make him go away. That's my whole deal. You know what I mean? Make him go away. Beat him and make him go away. That's the only way he look like he going to leave. Other than that, he's trying to get this tax money. You dig? He's trying to get money all. Hey, Pac a hustler right now. Pac got about 5 jobs. Y'all don't understand it, man. Pac trying to do movies. Pac doing music. Pac a rapper. Pac a singer. He a basketball player. He a senator. He about to be the president. Man, Pac hustling out here right now, bruh. He hustling. Savage boy, what's up with you, man? What's up with you? AB need to see Jose Ramirez. That'll be a good fight, bro. Jose Ramirez and Adrian Brown. I mean, you know what, man? Slim, dog, where does AB go? After AB lost this fight, man, do you ever see Thurman at 154? Absolutely. He came in the game at 154, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. But, dog, where does AB go? I don't know where Adrian Broner go, man. I think somebody said it earlier, Danny Garcia. That makes sense. But, dog, I don't know where Adrian Broner going to go, man. I don't know where, man. I don't know where he going, man. Yeah, man. Hey, Savage boy. Yeah, what's up, man? I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I got to go back to your channel and check you out, bro. I'm good, though, man. It's good to see you showed up, man. Real talk. Do you ever see Thurman at 154? Yeah, I see Thurman at 154, man. Like I said, he came in the game at 54, but he need to stay away right now. 154, he got unfinished business at 147. I mean, it's like Thurman to me. He put in work. Don't get me wrong. But he said he gave us the roadmap. I'm coming in. I'm going to beat up on Jodecito Lopez next weekend. After that, I'm going to take on a Showtime Sean Porter, go back after my old belt. Of course, he'd like to get a fight with Manny Pacquiao, and then he want to take on Earl Spence Jr. in 2020 or 2025 or whatever. Like, I mean, he got unfinished business at welterweight, and he clearly can still make the weight with no problem. So it is what it is. I got to see this dude fight Earl Spence, man. I got to see him fight even him with Terrence Crawford. And I'm a Thurman fan, bro. I don't want people to think that I'm against Keith Thurman. I love Keith Thurman, but yo, your spot is being challenged for. When your spot is being challenged for, you defend that spot. You know what I mean? You want us to perceive you as the number one welterweight. Okay, cool. Defend that shit. You can't run away from that. You know what I mean? Too much is given, much is expected. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. AB stands for about bum. Shit. God damn. AB will run all day versus Danny Garcia. Man, Danny Garcia will cut that ring off, no look, left hook, night. AB will fight that fight timid, man. Because Danny and a bunch of other welterweights already believe that Adrian Broner is what we think he is. He's a clown. He gets in the ring and he ain't focused. He ain't this. He gonna get in there a little timid. The way he fought Showtime Sean Porter, he fought him timid most of that fight, man. And then when it came to the end, he got a little hot in the final round, but he fought him timid most of that fight. And these fighters now sniffing that shit. It's blood in the water when it comes to Adrian Broner. Dog, I see him. Oh yeah, he timid. He gonna get in that joint, scared to engage, backpedaling most of the fight, flicking out a jab, maybe looking to try to counter. It ain't gonna work, bro. Not gonna let his hands go. He gonna tighten up, and Danny Garcia gonna go to town on him, man. So it's like, dog, that's even a tough fight for him at this point. All AB does is run his mouth, cuz, yeah, man. You know, AB one of them dudes, cuz, man, that, you know, he'll get you hyped up for a fight. He'll sell the shit out of a fight, bro. But when it comes to the fight happening, you'll be disappointed every single time. Nelson Santos in the building. What's up, fam? Salute, King. It's amazing how one fight can change your career. Hashtag make Donna. Absolutely right. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. That's crazy. One fight, bro. You know what, man? Prior to Marcos Maidana, man, Adrian Broner was the next one, man. I always remember that time. I told people this. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to keep it a buck. The reason that I start covering boxing here on YouTube, and I always go back to this statement, the reason that I started covering boxing here on YouTube was because of Adrian Broner. And that's real shit. That's real shit. Adrian Broner, when he fought, the build-up to the fight with, I want to say, Paulie Malignaggi, is what got me saying, you know what? I want to start talking boxing here on YouTube. Because I was feeling, I liked him. I remember following this dude back in the day, man, following this dude in the lower weights, how he fought, how he was such a bully, how he was swagged up back then. He was a bully of a fighter. He skips the 140-pound division, comes up to welterweight, does the impossible, becomes a champion, and then after that, it was all downhill from there. You know what I mean? Lost to Marcos Maidana. The arrogance, the ego got too big. You know what I'm saying? He didn't allow his body to fully acclimate to a weight class that he shouldn't have been at. But the PBC people there, they ain't doing him no favors. I always tell people that. They ain't doing him no favors. Broner's best fight was, man, that DeMarco fight was awesome. Awesome. Now, the Ponce de Leon fight was real close, but that motherfucking DeMarco fight, that was a hell of a fight. Then my thing is, PBC fed him to the wolves, bruh. I understand what they was trying to do. Don't get me wrong. Because AB was walking around boxing during that time like he was the next Floyd, talking about this fight is some garbage because they got a loss. That fight is some garbage because they got a loss. He got to talking that shit. So they like, okay, cool. They even thought about putting Adrian Broner versus Marcos Maidana on pay-per-view. Y'all remember that? They even said, we're going to put this. But at the last minute, they pulled it off pay-per-view. They was like, nah, let's give him this fight. And if this fight hit numbers, then we'll make him a pay-per-view star. Adrian Broner was on the cusp of being a pay-per-view star. Real shit. But the ego, the partying, the lifestyle, he didn't focus. He came in there dancing against Marcos Maidana like it was sweet. And that was it, man. That was it for the problem. Like I remember the famous words after that fight, problem solved. And that's what it was. If Crawford really wanted to test himself to see if he can win against Spence, go at Brook and see if you can knock him out like Earl did. That'd be a good fight, Jamie. Terrence Crawford versus Kell Brook. That'd be a hell of a fight. I wish he would have chose Kell Brook instead of Amir Khan. That's just me, though. You know what I mean? Everybody like, this is a good fight. This is a good fight. I don't think so. I think when Terrence Crawford processed this dude, 5-6 rounds, it's over. It's lights out. I would have rather seen Kell Brook versus Terrence Crawford. That would have been a proper challenge. It would have let me see how we already seen him get rid of a bigger fighter in Jeff Horn. Don't get me wrong, but a big fighter with skill. It would have let me see how Terrence Crawford was going to approach a 147-pound fighter with tremendous skill. And that would have been something to see. Hell yeah. AB said Pac was not good, was not God, and had lost. Was not good and had lost, which he had, but he was still a great fighter. I mean, Pac's still a great fighter. Like I said, Pac still beats a lot of welterweights, man. I just think when it comes to the creme de la creme, when it comes to the Keith Thurmans, when it comes to the Earl Spence Jr.'s, when it comes to the Terrence Crawfords, it's a toss-up. It's a toss up. But to still say at 40 years old that it's a toss up, that's still saying a hell of a lot. I mean, I don't know, other than maybe Earl Spence, is anybody definitively giving the fight to the other fighters over Manny Pacquiao? Are you definitely saying that? Well, when you look at this fight, do you definitely say, well, definitely Keith Thurman beats him? Do you say definitely that Terrence Crawford beats him? Do you say definitely that Amir Khan or Kell Brook or Danny Garcia beats Manny Pacquiao? Or do you say it's a good fight? I don't know. And for you to say that at 40 years old, man, it speaks volumes. Hey, Archie, I've been screaming for that all stream. Why doesn't Pacquiao fight Jeff Horn? Jeff Horn versus Pac rematch. That's the one I want to see. Ronnie Boy Fresh, you say what, man? You say Kell Brook isn't a draw? Shit, but Kell Brook got the DAZN money, right? Kell Brook got the DAZN money. That's the problem right there. Hey, man, Kell need to leave Eddie, man. I'm sorry, man. Y'all can say what y'all want. Kell Brook need to leave Eddie Hearn. Kell Brook need to roll out. You need to roll out. Eddie couldn't pull the Amir Khan fight, and right now he talking Jesse Vargas. At this point, that does shit for Kell Brook. Kell Brook trying to get back into contention. He need to come on over to PBC. Nelson Santos and main man, who should Brana have fought instead of Maidana? Back then, well, after he took the title off Paulie. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Maidana fight wasn't a bad fight. My thing is, I think he shouldn't have been at the weight class, period. He should have went to 140. But the Maidana fight wasn't a bad fight. It's just the fact that AB was unfocused. AB thought he was the dude back then, man. His ego grew too fast. PBC put too much on him too fast, and he was moving way too fast. He lost focus. And then that ability to how he used to beat fighters, overpowering them, sitting back over there, just kind of bum rushing over. He couldn't do that against Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana was the first opponent that wasn't going to just let AB run over him. He was able to do that against the DeMarcos and all of the lower tier fighters, the fighters he fought down there at 35. He couldn't do that against Marcos Maidana. And it showed us, beyond running through a fighter or overpowering a fighter, AB can't do nothing else. He can't think in the ring. That's what it exposed. Jonathan Fox says, Keith Thurman's inactivity frustrates me. I see greatness in him. I see greatness in him, and that's what frustrates me, man. You know what I mean? And that frustrates me more than anything. Bro, I'm Keith Thurman's #1 fan. But so by him being inactive like that, that's the reason I need you to defend your position. Because since you've been gone, Keith, since you've been having bruises of the bones and bone bruises and car accidents and playing the flute and all of this stuff, since you've been gone, Keith, there's been other fighters on the rise that's trying to take your spot. So, yeah, we want to see you fight Pacquiao and all that. But at the end of the day, we want to see you defend your spot. That's my whole point. You know what I mean? To me, Brook only lost to Spence, and Thurman didn't want Brook when he beat Porter. I agree with that, Jamie. You know, a lot of fighters didn't want Brook. People don't like to tell that story. A lot of people like to give Kell Brook shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people don't like to talk about the fact what happened when Kell Brook beat Sean Porter. There's a lot to talk about during that time period. Right after he beat Showtime Sean Porter, ain't nobody want no smoke. Floyd didn't want it. Floyd was still an active fighter. Floyd didn't want it. Keith didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao didn't want it. Nobody ain't want it. So it took Kell Brook. I always tell people this, man, and just follow me for a minute. Kell Brook and Earl Spence share similar careers. I'm telling y'all, bro, things may change because Earl Spence Jr. got the power of Al Heyman. But at the end of the day, bro, they have a very similar career path. Think about this. When Kell Brook won the IBF, he couldn't find nobody to fight him. When Earl Spence won the IBF, he couldn't find nobody to fight him. It took Kell Brook to go up in weight to find an opponent in Gennady Golovkin to challenge him. It took Earl Spence to go down, well, not him leaving, but fighting a smaller fighter to find another opponent that will fight him. Both of those fights were high-profile fights, and that's the reason that both of those men took them. They are in very, very similar. They fight in a very similar career path. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, we see how it played out with Kell Brook. He went up in weight. He got damaged. He came back. He was never the same. My deal is this. Do not let Earl Spence lose against Mikey Garcia. I ain't saying he would take an injury, but the difference will be the confidence on Earl Spence will be hurt, I believe, big time if he loses to Mikey Garcia. And that might be the thing that changes. Shit, man. We'll see. We'll see. AB skipped 140 because Crawford was there at the time. Hell yeah. Well, Crawford was at 35 back then. You know what I mean? But no, yeah. You know what? Crawford was he at 40 or 35? Yeah, you're right though, but he ain't want no smoke with Crawford, man. He ain't want they would, but see, PBC was trying to build that man though. They moved him fast like that. They didn't. That was PBC doing. PBC moved him to 147 because they knew it wasn't no big names at 140 during that time. Only big name that was there was Danny. Danny was wrecking shop at 140, and so PBC figured like we were not gonna put Adrian Bronner in there with Danny Garcia at that time. They moved him to 147 because the names were there and they can make Adrian Bronner a star at 147. That's the problem. Yes, he was at 35 during that time. The problem is that Adrian Bronner fell for that shit. He, instead of taking charge of his career, like, nah, man, y'all gonna their weight classes for a reason. Look, man, I'm just, I'm gonna take it up to 140 and see what I can do there. Then we can move to 147. You don't be skipping weight classes. You know what I'm saying? When he skipped weight classes and he went up there and fought Marcos Maidana, that just fucked this whole equilibrium up. Then they try to bring him back down in weight. Then he was too big for 140. Then he had to fight at catch weights. Then it just started going bad for Adrian Bronner during that time. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Kell Brook couldn't find anyone to go to the UK and get robbed. Hey, my boy Ronnie Boy Fresh, man. He gonna fuck with Kell Brook, bro. That's my man, man. Like, man, I don't know, man. Hey, Ronnie Boy Fresh, you gotta keep it 100 though. Back then, hey, nobody ain't want to fuck with Brook, man. Like, ain't nobody want. Floyd ain't want it. Amir never wanted it. You know what I mean? Like, Pacquiao ain't wanted it. Yeah, and the only other fighter that I always tell people, the only fighter that Kell Brook, who's trying to get Kell Brook some smoke, was Jesse Vargas. The same dude that's trying to give him some smoke today. It was Jesse Vargas. But of course, with the whole Brexit shit, it was a bunch of excuses. They didn't want to do it. Real talk. Jimmy says AB should fight Jesse Vargas again. That draw was bullshit. Vargas won that fight. Yeah, but Jesse Vargas right now, Jimmy, he talking about fighting my man Kell Brook. And the reason that makes that hard fight is because of the politics. Jesse Vargas now fights for DAZN. And DAZN right now don't do business with the PBC. You know what I mean? Because it'd be a fight over networks and this, that, and the third. So right now, when Jesse Vargas fought AB, that was before he signed his new deal. Now he under this new fuckboy deal. He only fighting over in the UK on DAZN. You know what I mean? Real talk. That's why I don't respect Thurman, because he picks who he wants instead of testing himself against Brook. Brook was a monster of 147. Yeah, could have, that's the one fight that Thurman did let get away. And that's just being a fact. That's just being, keeping it 100. Thurman was on his quest to get that WBA during the time, but when he got it, he didn't want nothing. It's like the same. And see, this is the same crap. I got a third eye for this, man. I can recognize when certain fighters are avoiding fighters for a reason. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. People gonna shout out to the homie MBT Boxing, man. You know what? People are always gonna keep saying this, but I don't believe that Jeff Horn is a bum. I don't believe it. I think Jeff Horn has the same syndrome. No, if this dude is such a bum, why ain't nobody gonna come test him? You know what I'm saying? That's my whole deal. I think this dude rugged as fuck, and I think that Thurman don't want to deal with that type of ruggedness. And I think that Porter in the same aspect. A lot of those welterweight fighters. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, man. Jeff Horn got a country behind. He the only fighter that fights out of Australia at that weight class that we recognize. Why ain't nobody giving this dude a shot? Jeff Horn is an okay fighter, and he beat Manny Pacquiao, but Manny ain't even considering it. Manny told us that the reason that he pulled out of the rematch with Jeff Horn was the fact that they were talking about putting the rematch on in Australia. Well, guess what? Fight would be in Australia. Jeff Horn has no political alliances to nobody. Make it happen. PBC might feed Erg Bonet to AB. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna be checking for that. They better put that shit on Friday Night Fights, though, son. Hey, AB, man, AB is in a fucked up position, bro. I'm sorry, man. AB is in no man's land, bro. He can't contend with nobody elite. He ain't got a lot of people ain't gonna give him no chance against nobody elite. I can't think of nobody elite. Who? If he go down to 140, I think even the Regis Progrades and the Josh Taylors of the world give him a hell of a run for his money, man. Shit. I don't know, bro. What the AB in a bad position, bro. AB is in a bad position. And that's why I'm like, man, I don't know where AB gonna go, man. If AB smart, he'll try to get some lower tier dudes. So he can kind of rebuild his name back up. That's what he always do. He'll take a loss and he'll take a couple lower tier fights, beat up on the Ashley Theophanes of the world, and then come back and, I'm AB, I'm new, I'm back, I'm in charge, I'm focused, I'm this, I'm that, get right back and lose. You know what I mean? Lipin Yates will actually stop AB. I think that'd be a good fight, Ronnie Boy Fresh. Lipinets and AB. AB may have actually have a chance in that fight. Lipinets, I've never been high on him, bro. I think Lipinets was a better kickboxer than he is a boxer. AB in the dumpster. God damn. I see Thurman and Spence stopping Horn. Porter versus Horn would be good. Yeah, I can see Thurman outboxing Horn. We seen what Terrence Crawford did to him. I think Spencer give Horn a run for his money, but that'd be interesting because of those styles. Two bangers. You know what I'm saying? Two bangers right there. I mean, anybody that's willing to bang with Jeff Horn, I think that'd be an interesting fight. But he can be outboxed. We already seen Terrence Crawford outbox him. But if you're looking to get in there and actually bang, that might be a different situation. You hear me? AB versus Hennis. Who's Hennis? Victor Ortiz is with the zone. Victor Ortiz is with the zone, man. Fuck Victor Ortiz. Is Victor Ortiz still fighting? I thought Victor Ortiz was locked up. You know what I mean? Victor Ortiz out here doing that other shit, man. Y'all did. Man, I don't even like to speak on Victor no heart having ass Ortiz. You know what I mean? After what he did and just Victor Ortiz, I don't fuck with Victor Ortiz. I mean, I think AB. Oh man, I mean, I'm gonna put it to y'all like this: what if AB fought Jeff Horn? Y'all be like, man, Jeff Horn gonna knock AB ass out. Y'all know damn well. Y'all like, who do he fight, sir? Who he supposed to fight? Bud Crawford is the chosen one. I hear you. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think you know what, Bud man gonna have a lot of pressure on himself to eliminate Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting Bud to get the job done, but that's just it. I'm expecting Bud to get the job done. I'm not expecting Amir Khan to win that fight. So I'm gonna tell you right now, man. If you know, I think Bud should knock his ass out. And I think he is gonna knock his ass out. But the pressure is on Bud. The pressure is on Bud. AB was eating jail spreads in court for most of his training camps, man. Man, I don't know where AB was talking. AB just get in there, get in shape just to get the check and survive, man. That's what it's saying like to me, man. It's like, you don't want to keep dissing him, man. You know what I mean? But it's like, what can you say good about him now? We at a point in boxing where ain't nothing. Only thing you can say good about Adrian Bronner is that he ain't ran from nobody. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? Other than that, truth be told, he the only person that probably called out Floyd Mayweather to his face. Everybody else be like, oh yeah, Floyd can come back and get all this money and do what he want to do in boxing. The only credit you can give to that man is that, son, he did that. Jason, what's up with you, man? What's up with you? Jeff Horn stops AB. Jeff Horn stops AB. God, I can't think of a name, son. Yo, you think he meant Ennis? Oh, okay. Nah, man, he tripping. Horn is inaccurate and can't cut off a ring. AB beats Horn. You think AB beats Horn? Well, that'd be interesting. I think Jeff, only thing is, I think AB will try to drain him. I think AB taking him down to 144, 145, and we all know Jeff Horn is a big boy. He ain't making that 144, 143 weight class. He ain't making that. That'd be the one thing that Adrian Bronner would do. I'm cutting this fucking weight. I'm draining this fool. And that's exactly what he'll do. AB wouldn't have made it in the 80s welterweight. Hell nah. I ain't even got to read the rest. When you got to the 80s, I stopped. Hell nah, Jonathan. Hell nah, homie. Not one way, no way, shape, form, or fashion. Couldn't hold none of they jock scrap. Jason says subscribe. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family, Jason Goodell. What's up with you, man? What about AB versus Eric Bonet or Omar Figueroa Jr.? Omar Figueroa Jr. There you go, cuz. That's what I'm talking about. And you know what, man? They was actually supposed to get it on. Remember a few months ago. The deal was that Omar got caught up in a car, a DUI or something like that, and they pulled him out of the fight. My deal is, man, that would have been a good fight. Word on the curb, AB was scared, man. Word on the curb, AB was annoyed at that time. I love the way Omar Figueroa fight. And you know what, man? I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I was vouching for back then. I still like to see Omar Figueroa versus Earl Spence Jr. Yeah, I love to see that fight. Two bangers straight out of Texas. Man, I love to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? I got love for Omar. I always have, because he's rugged. He balls to the wall, win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I fucks with Omar. I always have, and I always will. See, it's fighters like that when you giving your all. I don't care if you lose. It ain't about that with me. I don't care if you lose. You can lose. Even in AB's case, you can lose. It's how you losing. It's how you losing. It's the reason that you losing that pisses us off. You know what I'm saying? They ain't want it. Hey, I hear you, Ronnie Boy Fresh. They ain't want it. They ain't want it. I want to see Omar Figueroa. Man, AB ain't want that noise, bro. AB was making excuses. He was going to out like, nah, if I got to fight this dude, man, man, look, I'm fighting him at a catch weight. And yeah, if he come in the pound up, man, he was trying to put stipulations on Omar. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, Omar was going, man, I think he was going to dig all up in AB shit, bro. Real talk. I mean, I think he would. I mean, you talking about Marcos Maidana coming forward swinging punches. Omar coming forward swinging major punches. You hear me? A YouTuber said Floyd would make more money promoting Pac than fighting him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know if he'll make more money, maybe over the course of several fights, but that I think that'll be Floyd's route. Floyd, instead of actually getting in there and mixing it up with Pac for the second time, I think he'll sit back and say, well, look, if Pacquiao can win 3 or 4 fights straight under the Al Heyman banner, he'll work with Al Heyman to promote all Manny Pacquiao fights. He'll collect checks off Pacquiao. And at 42 years old, that ain't a bad way to make money, bro. That ain't a bad way to make money. That ain't a bad way to make. Then he can always keep that carrot in front of Pacquiao. Like, okay, you beat this dude, and I fight you. Okay, you didn't beat him. All right, now beat this dude, now fight you. Okay, you didn't beat them two. Now beat this dude, now fight you. And the whole time, Floyd collecting bread. It could be a smart situation. It could be a smart situation. Spence dropped him, then called the no contest. Spence dropped who? Omar got froze. You talking about Omar Figueroa when it's spawn or something? Omar got froze out by PBC welterweights. Man, no, they can't do that now. I know Omar had some out of the ring issues. He was getting settled, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, man, now Omar back. Man, look, I don't want to hear shit. You know what I'm saying? Get Omar in the mix. Get Omar in the mix. That way, if Mikey Garcia and Earl Spence Jr. happens, and let's just say Earl Spence beats Mikey, dog, and of course, if Manny Pacquiao don't want to mix it up with Earl, man, Earl Spence Jr., Omar Figueroa, big fight in Texas. Jerry want to fight to promote down in Texas? There you have it right there. Omar Figueroa versus Earl Spence Jr. That would be, yeah, he had a DUI. Man, that would do numbers, huh? That would do numbers. Omar Figueroa got that Mexican crowd riding with him. They love the way he fights. I love the way he fights. You know what I'm saying? That dude fights balls to the wall. People like fighters like that. You know what I mean? And to go against the style of Earl. Earl might beat him. I can see Earl breaking him down to the body, but I can see if fireworks, it's going to be like the 4th of July out that joint, son. Real talk. What about Devin Haney? I like Devin Haney. I like the fact that Devin Haney takes charge of his career. I think he's getting better and better every fight. And I think that if I know he's screaming out Teofimo Lopez. I mean, if anybody high on Lopez, man. So if Lopez is as good as he says he is, man, let him jump out there. I like to see Devin Haney versus Tank, man, because them two got bad blood. That'll be a fight that I love to see, man. But I like Devin. I think he's getting faster. We see him working with Victor Conte. He messing with them snacks. You know, I see his father right now going through a disagreement with Floyd Sr. and the whole nine like that. Look, man, Pops, I ain't being, you know, I know that's your kid. On the outside looking in, I think that Pops need to chill, man, because dog, the Mayweathers, I always say if there's one thing that the Mayweathers never has done right in boxing, that is Devin Haney. They are guiding this kid properly. This kid got a good head on his shoulders, other than the fact that everybody seen him with the Black China and all that shit, and they was like, man, he running with the wrong crowds. I think that's Floyd doing. I think that's Floyd telling him to stand next to people that's gonna get him recognition. Floyd is a mastermind in that fashion. Just because you see a person out, all these celebrities, man, it's all hookups, man. If you know anything about this type crowds, a lot of these people, man, they actually paying each other just to hang with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, we in front of the cameras, we this, we that, we this. Whole time behind the scenes, they don't really fuck with each other. That's all like Floyd Mayweather doing, you know what I mean? But Tank versus Haney, yeah, I love to see that fight. I think Devin ain't ready for Tank right now, though. Kareem Mayfield of the welterweight division. God damn, Lewis Coleman in the building. What's up, fam? The man, the Mr. Legend, Lewis Cole in the building. Yes, sir, Lewis Coleman. That's my man right there. Welcome, family. Welcome. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's all for show. Exactly. It's all for show. And that's the type of things that Floyd know how to do. I always rag on Floyd Mayweather about him kicking it with Justin Bieber. He's a believer. You know what I'm saying? So we all know Floyd is a fucking believer. He probably don't know one Justin Bieber song. You know what I mean? It's all about smoke and mirrors. And that's the thing with Devin Haney, man. I don't think he kicking it with them. I think that what Black China has some, I don't follow it, but she has some beef going on. People's had beefs going on with somebody else, and it's big in the hip hop little young world or whatever, man. Then it resonates. It's all for show though. It's all bullshit, bro. But I think he's smart. He promotes himself. I think Shorty going somewhere. But as far as in the ring is concerned, I consider him on his way to being a top fighter. He needs to give us a name though. Yes, sir. Floyd is a businessman. That's how it is, cuz he's a businessman and he knows how to sell images. And that's the thing. That's what made Floyd so attracted to Adrian Broner. It wasn't that Adrian Broner was this great fighter. It's because Adrian Brown and Marcus the hell out of himself. You know what I mean? And Floyd likes that. Floyd, he fucks with Badu Jack because Badu Jack was a world champion. But at the time, he would love for Badu Jack to do more to bring recognition to himself. It's just that Badu Jack ain't that type cat. You know what I mean? And that's how it is with him, man. That's just how it is. Bunny was about to tear the fur off Haney, though. You see that shit? Nah, I missed that, dog. I like to see that, dog. Bunny versus Haney. Man, hey, dog, E-Bunny versus Haney would be a hell of a fight. E-Bunny versus Haney would be a good fight. Haney got to get that baptized fight, man. He got to get that one fight that takes him from that level to the next level. Who that name going to be, we just don't know. But he has to get that name that takes him from, okay, up-and-coming prospect or contender or whatever you want to call him to elite. He hasn't got that name. He hasn't walked through that door yet. And that's the only thing that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Who your top 5 middleweights? Oh, shit. Top 5 middleweights. Canelo. Daniel Jacobs. Gennady Golovkin. Jamal Charlo. Billy Joe Saunders. That's how I'm rocking. Demetrius Andrade ain't making it. Hell nah. Demetrius Andrade ain't making it. No. Fuck that. Demetrius Andrade need to stop playing, bruh. Demetrius Andrade need to stop playing. Every time we turn around, Demetrius Andrade, you know, I don't blame him for the Billy Joe Saunders situation, but he need to stop playing, bruh. Come on, man. He need to stop playing. I don't know what Eddie doing with Demetrius. I know he got a champion and they trying to savor the belt. We talked about this in the last live stream. Demetrius Andrade playing this position. He knows that, yo, if Canelo Alvarez goes and fight Daniel Jacobs, well, there'll be another belt that one of those fighters will rack up. Then they got to come to me for the last piece. So I'm just going to sit back, play my part, and at the end of the day, they're going to have to come my way to become a total undisputed middleweight champion. So I'm going to sit back and chill. I ain't feeling that shit. Omar did beat Spence in the amateurs, Lewis Coleman. You right. Omar did beat Spence in the amateurs. That's what I'm saying, dog. Spence would take that fight in a heartbeat. There was even talks at one time when Spence was on the up and coming, they was talking about making that happen. Omar was calling Spence out. Oh, that's the one story headline that never make it to the top of the boxing websites. Omar Figueroa has been calling Spence for a minute. You dig? He been calling Spence for a minute. Man, I want to see that fight, bro. But Omar stay injured. Omar stay fucking with the DUIs, man. You know, he need to get it together. Because that's one fight that I would love to see. And if they throw Adrian Brown in there with him after he comes off his neck, he fighting oh shit. I just was reading about that. Who Omar fighting coming up? Not Robert Guerrero. He already beat Guerrero. It's right there, bro. It's right there. I don't think the Charlo twins are that special. Yeah, well, I know one thing, bro. I like Jamal. Jamel is the one that I got an issue with. Jamel is the one that I have an issue with because he's down there with my main man Hurd, and most importantly, I think he's mentally weak. Molina, thank you, Johnny, Ronnie Boy Fresh. Hey, my eyes is gonna be glued to the screen for that fight, bro. I can't wait to see that Molina. I think he should beat John Molina. Easy work, but it still should be an exciting fight to watch. You know what I'm saying? John Molina always kind of hangs around in fights, but I'm expecting Omar to go in there and bang with him. And if Omar hasn't lost a step, man, bring on Earl Spence. Bring on Earl Spence, man. I ain't saying Spence will lose to him. Don't people think I'm saying that. But I think it still would be an explosive fight and another fight if Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, if they all duck Earl Spence, this will be a good follow-up name right here. Omar said he knocking him out in 3. Yeah, Omar been calling out Spence for a minute, son. He been calling him out for a minute. That's what I mean, man. I want to see that, bro. I got to see that, man. It just be something good, a good spectacle to put on. I mean, they could do it in Cowboy Stadium if Jerry want to promote that fight. I don't think it's pay-per-view caliber, but yo, it still would be a good fight. It'll still be a solidifying fight for, say, a Earl Spence or either Omar Figueroa. I like that fight. In the beginning of their career, Omar complained and Nevada called it a no contest. I ain't hear that. You say Spence knocked Omar out in the beginning of their career. They fought? I thought they fought in the amateurs and Omar got him. Omar complained and Nevada called it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, you saying it in the amateurs. Oh, okay. You know what? I always heard about that fight, bro. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to find that, man. And hopefully it's somewhere on YouTube, if not somewhere on the internet. But I'm going to try to find that fight. I need to watch that, man. Omar lacked power, but got crazy volume. And that's the deal. Crazy volume, crazy activity. And, you know, that's one of the things that we'll see. But I think Earl Spence will eventually stop him to the body. I mean, Earl just hits too fucking hard, bro. Just hits too hard. And Omar leaves himself open all kinds of crazy ways. But Omar's hot. And the fact that he just put that pressure on you, it's just be fun to watch, bro. It'll just be fun to watch. You think Omar loses suspense but hurts Spence? Yeah, I think he loses suspense, but I just think it's 4th of July. And I'm always down to see 4th of July. Yeah, he lacks power. No doubt about it. I'm with y'all there. But he's a volume puncher. He's a volume puncher, man. And he's a hell of a volume puncher. Lacks power, yeah. What's up with Canelo and this rehydration clause? I don't know, last of a dime breed. He ain't put no rehydration. Well, he did it against the last one, though. He did it against Rocky Fielding. So, I mean, but that was understandable. He went up in weight. But what the hell, son? Like, you've been a weight bully your whole career. And now all of a sudden, man, they must don't trust Jacobs, man. You know, ever since Jacobs came in there looking like he looked against Gennady Golovkin, that was the biggest I've ever seen Danny Jacobs look. They like, man, then he fucking with Victor Conte. They like, nah, bro, you putting your ass on weight stipulations and all this, but it just don't look right. It don't look right when the bully who's been bullying his whole career now want to turn around and say, nah, you're not doing this to me. I know the tricks. But once again, when you the cash cow, last of a dime breed, when you the cash cow, when you the top dog, you can do it. You can do it. Did Tim Bradley retire too soon? That's kind of off the cuff, but I don't know that, man. I mean, I think Timothy Bradley probably retired. Dog, that dude been in wars, man. After that Provodnikov fight, man, I don't know. I mean, I think it was the right time. I mean, he took a beating in that fight, bro. I thought that was the right time. I mean, only that's between him and his wife. You know, he knows what he was going through the next day after them fights. He knows if his mind was slipping. I think Timothy Bradley, when I used to listen to him talk sometimes, dog, and listen to, man, he was out on his feet and fight still swinging, bro. I mean, come on. Jacobs walking around 210. And not to mention, Jacobs had that mystery weight against Gennady Golovkin. He talking about, man, hey, I was 180 pounds or something. Man, we don't know that, bro. That Bama skipped out and say, fuck y'all. Y'all don't like it? Whatever. Fuck y'all. I ain't coming for the next day weigh-in. I ain't abiding by the can't rehydrate more than 10 pounds limit. But see, he can't do that against Canelo because Canelo gonna put financial penalties on him. It ain't gonna happen, man. It ain't gonna happen. Ronnie Boy Fresh, DC, Maryland, and Virginia all day. Bradley took too much punishment. Yeah, Bradley did. I mean, that's like I said, that's between him and his wife. He only one that know. You can never tell when a fighter should keep going, dog. You don't. Fighters, man, lose all kind of faculties, man. They hands can be shaking and can't stop shaking. We don't know that behind the scenes, man. You don't know. Just don't know. Jacobs can't win a decision against Canelo. Shit. And T-Mobile on Cinco de Mayo in Canelo's second fight of his 11 fight deal. They trying to get this man $365 million, and you think they're gonna let Canelo Alvarez lose to Daniel Jacobs? I mean, one surefire way, Daniel better go in there and try to knock Canelo ass out. A fighter who's never been knocked out. Has even Canelo ever been knocked down? Shit, I don't know. They got them judges. Yeah, it's going down. Bradley had 3 Manny paydays. Enough said. Yeah, in prime Manny, when Manny was actually still a major pay-per-view attraction. So yeah, Bradley good, bro. Bradley good. Jacobs, I gotta knock him out. He better. That's the only way, man. That's the only way. But let me say this before I shut this thing down, man. I want to reiterate the points of this video, and I want to say that for Manny Pacquiao, you know, who should he go next? As the title of the video say, what's next for Manny Pacquiao? Of course, we all want to see Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia winner. If Garcia beats Errol Spence by some miracle way, absolutely, that should be the #1 fight that Manny Pacquiao going towards. If not, you know what I mean? I think, honestly, in my opinion, I would like to see the Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan winner. Granted, because I'm trying to let him leave Keith Thurman alone. If they can't make it happen on that side of the street, Jeff Horn rematch. If that can't happen, then of course Keith Thurman. That's my order. That's my order. Y'all may not agree, but that's my order. You know what I mean? I can't say Thurman because, Thurman, I keep going back to this. Thurman has unfinished business. Thurman's spot is under fire. His spot as being the #1 welterweight is under threat. He needs to defend against that threat. He needs to defend against those threats. You can't get bailed out right now, bro. But once again, if anybody deserves it, like he put the work in, it is Keith Thurman, the only unified champion at welterweight. But his spot is under threat. Errol Spence Jr. wants that spot. And a lot of the fight fans believe that he's #1. Terrence Crawford wants that spot. And a lot of people believes that he is #1 also. So guess what? Make it clear, Keith. Make it clear. Show these cats who number one. I want to see that first. That's just me, though. That's just me, though. Once upon a time, Keith sometimes Thurman. The man got told to his face by Earl Spence Jr.'s son, I will stop you in 6. Fuck no, man. Hell nah, son. Hell nah. Lopez is damaged goods. Yeah, this is going to be a good measuring fight. You know, we expect to cover that fight. Yo, tune in here, man. We're going to turn up for that fight. We're going to turn up for Keith. You know, against Jotacito Lopez. You know, it ain't the overly impressive fight, but it gives us a measure to see what Keith Thurman still got left in the tank, to make sure that Keith is still Keith one-time Thurman, not coming back as some sometime dude. He ain't going to come to the ring playing the flute. You know what I mean? We just got to make sure. We just got to put eyes on Keith to make sure that Keith is still Keith. You know what I mean? We know how this shit go when you stay out of the ring. So that's going to be a good measuring fight. Keith should get rid of this dude. He should dominate Jotacito Lopez. Jotacito Lopez is like the ultimate gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? He should beat this dude with ease, easy work. But if he don't, so we're gonna have a situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Playing the flute. Hey, Keith, hey, y'all see that flute that dude be playing, man? What kind of flute is that, man? Keith got his own personal flute, the Thurman flute. You know what I mean? Hey, that man got the Thurman flute. That Joe vicious, son. Like, he be playing all kind of tunes on that joint, man. It's gonna be him and Pacquiao, man. If he ever fight Pacquiao, Pacquiao gonna sing while Keith Thurman play the flute. Hey, Slim, hey, that'll be a hell of a track right there. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, for us to promote our fight, I'm gonna play the flute, you sing, and yeah, we're gonna do some Motown remakes. Hey, that shit'd be crazy. Thurman can't take body shots. Yeah. We remember that. What was that? Luis Collazo. I remember that one that Showtime Sean Porter put him on his bicycle with. The guitar. Nah, man, Keith be playing the flute, man. Keith don't play the guitar. Keith gonna play the flute, and man, he gonna be in that thing singing. He gonna be in that joint. I get you say, singing Motown tracks and shit. Keith gonna be playing the flute, looking like Yanni and shit. Hey, that's how you build a fight, bro. That's how you build a fight. Next time, man, King Gadiria, I appreciate you stopping through 615. Hey, King, if you don't mind, can I just call you King 615, homie? Because it's hard for me to get. I can't pronounce your name all the time, bro. And I know you fam, man. But look here, man. Lomachenko versus Pacquiao ain't happening, Wendell. No chance, no how. But I want to say that everybody, man, thank y'all for stopping through. This was a spontaneous stream right here. Just came out of nowhere. I'm a little under the weather, so I just wanted to kind of get this down because as far as on the vids, man, I'm gonna have to take probably a day or two off, and I'll get back into boxing maybe in a couple days, man. But I'll be keeping my eyes to the headlines, and I'll definitely be paying attention to what's going on in the sport that we all love. I appreciate you all. I see all my boxing fam. I appreciate you all. Hey, yo. Hats off to my man Jimmy Mack, man. Hey, Jim, hey, thank you for stopping through, family. I hope you be here every single time, fam. Real talk, man. That's my main man right there, man. For real, that's my main man. 615 all day. Okay, fam. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Q Ruffin, all day, man. Hey, man, it's all good. Yeah, I gotta get well, man. I gotta go lay it down. You know, get some NyQuil in me, man. Some good chicken soup, and I'll be out. You know that weather we've been having out here, fam. It's been rough, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Ginger and lemons. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got it all ready to rock, man. I'm going to sit on down, watch me some fights. Y'all do the same. Hey, man. Much love. Much love to my main man, Nelson Santos. I appreciate that. Spider-Man, one love to you, too. Everybody out there. Let's get turned up for Keith Thurman next weekend. And let's see him playing the flute against Jotacito Lopez. To the next video, Main Man Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man Boxing Forum. And Google Plus, Main Man Made Man. And to the next video, peace out.